Hello everybody and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Leaf. Welcome Amiibo. It's still very hot. My nose is really itchy because hairs. Darn it. This intro is definitely a thing. I don't even know how much space I'm gonna need. This was just like Lobo being like, hey, you want this thing? I want to keep that one because that one's cute. I'll toss that one. I feel so bad tossing letters, but I'm out of letter space. I only need one space. From Velma. Piece of furniture I know is just right for you happened to cross my path. It might not exactly fit your taste, but sometimes it's good to try out new things. So I'm not quite centered. Okay. Also, I need to take my boppers off. It ain't nighttime anymore. They don't really work. What we got? An exotic end table. I mean, that's some bells. Like, that is definitely some bells. Let me, let me put the bopper away. Because I don't really want the exotic end table. I mean, it doesn't look like... It's not a bad looking item. It's just I don't really want it. Trying to do a think-thunk. So, some of AMD's new components have actually released. And they're ones I'd kind of been keeping an eye on, but not a serious look at. I'm gonna need that flower sky. Oh, cool guy. Seemed to recall you saying you wanted a pastel striped tee. I really don't. But I don't want to make her feel bad. Hey, I happened to see some in the store and I bought one for you. Couldn't pass up the opportunity. Alright, so nice to meet you, cool guy. I'm glad the chance to show my appreciation. That is very fair. I wasn't nice to these flowers because I was trying to talk to you and it just didn't do it. So far I haven't seen really anyone benchmark them, which made me a bit worried. Because they are actually AM4 parts. So, last generation components that are basically refreshes of a couple things on that socket already. The one I was actually most interested in was the 5900 XT. Which probably isn't something I'm gonna get. I was interested, but production-wise, I would see an uplift, but gaming-wise, I'd see way too much of a downgrade, and it's effectively just the 5950X, but slightly worse, for slightly less money. Like, okay. Let's see. Okay. Bun Bunny. Hello, hello, Pizza Bun. What do you want to talk about? I want to chat. Really good at catching fish, aren't you, Pookie? Well, how about an ocean fish? Oh, what I wouldn't give to have one of those salty critters of my own. You just want to lick it, don't you? Just lick the salt off. I need to move this. I'll put it right here. This is like the last spot roses can go before I have to actually start like moving stuff. Good thing this isn't the money rock because I had just noticed these tulips gotta go too. The flowers, they spread. Yeah, I'm still waiting to kind of see what the 5800 XT is going to be. I'm hoping... Hey, some furniture. That's pretty neat. I'm really hoping that it might be worth it. Maybe. Like, I don't know how much more AMD can even get out of AM4, so, like, I'm not holding my breath on that. And if I do have to go AM4, I'll probably just be getting a 5700 X3D, because the X3D chips are just kind of the best. So, like, you know. And again, I was just mashing the A button, but there was just a random delay in there. But it's fine, because we had a double money day, so I'm still getting the normal amount of money, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm still getting... Well, I'm getting 100 bells less, I think. Yeah, because this will be just 1,000. I'm getting a whole 100 bells less. Because I missed the final money bag. Yep, lost item. Which is, I don't even, like... For the 5800 XT to be even remotely interesting to me, it almost would have to be considerably better at production and not much worse at gaming compared to the 5700 X3D. And the X3D, the 5700 version, is pretty bad at production workloads. But it's still not as bad as having to go back to my old machine and, you know, I could maybe make it work. Maybe. Going back to my old machine's gonna be a real pain in the butt, because I'm literally gonna have to take my power supply out of my current computer to do that. Because the Dell motherboard in my old machine is custom designed for that computer. So basically, it's never coming out of that case. Or it could, it's just, it doesn't have the ports on it to plug into a regular case, so I wouldn't have a power button. Which kind of defeats the purpose, given I don't even think there's a jump point. Like, there's, like, no way to bypass the power button. Which is something I do dislike Dell for. Like, I can very much get behind not wanting to do the standard single double pin connectors to hook up a case. But at the same time, that's where, as the big company that could probably actually make change in the industry if they really put their mind to it, you just work on standardizing that connector so it can just be a single 8-pin connector that you just socket into the board, rather than, you know, bunch of little single pin stuff. Like, not gonna lie, I cannot think of a single good reason why there hasn't been a standardized connector for the case I/O stuff. Like, for anyone who's never looked into it, like, just like Google connect case to motherboard or something. You're getting around this morning, Pookie. Well, you wanted something, but then you didn't. But did you drop this? It's not hers. Like, it is a nightmare to plug that stuff in. Especially if you've got big hands, big fingers like I do. It's not fun. Could not recommend. Solid, like, -5 out of 10. Sweetie to visit, hun. Would you like to talk about? Did you drop something? Specifically this something. She has no music player. This is my special pouch. I'm glad to have it back. I keep my best makeup in here, like my favorite lipstick color, Summer Frozen Custard. Really glad to get this back, Billa. So glad you made that delivery. So here, take my red grid shirt. I am getting a lot of shirts. I would have loved furniture. I also would love if you hadn't replaced your music player with a bed. Why do you have a chair looking direct? I'm not gonna worry about it. Alright. I had to clean up a bit of a mess she had made. Hey, Bella. Hey, Punk. Good to see you, Schmoopy. What's up? Let's talk. Lately, I've been totally into home decorating shows. Been thinking I could make my room a whole lot happier by adding something new. Alright, glorp. I don't know what I would take her. I don't overly remember what the inside of her house looks like. It's been a while since we've been in her house. Oh, here's the fossil. Found it. But yeah, I don't think the 5800 XT is going to be something I'm actually going to be interested in, but I would like to see benchmarks of it because it's always helpful. Like, it's always nice to have more information, even if that more information is mostly irrelevant. As long as that more information is at least relevant enough to be a product on the market you can buy right now. Like, if someone were to, like, do a benchmarking comparison between, like, I don't know, the FX 8000 chips and, you know, the 2000 Ryzens. Like, that would be silly. Neither of those are reliably on the market. Like, or even if they had just been like, oh yeah, I'm gonna, like, add in all of these FX chips and, you know, old, like, 3rd and 4th gen Intels to the charts. It's like, yeah, but they're just gonna clutter up the bottom of it. That's not doing anything. Unless you're testing, like, modern Pentiums, which you should never buy. But, you know. Because, fun fact there, you can still buy a 2-core processor for about the same price as a quad-core processor. That's better, because it's the same cores. It's not even like you're buying 2 better cores. No, it's you're buying 2 of the same core instead of 4 of the same core. You may as well just buy the 4. There is no reason to buy the Pentium. Not even a power limit thing. Like, they use basically the same power. Okay, can we get talking with Pudge before he tries to buy something? Right, I'm here as a story behind it. Don't I sound super deep when I say stuff like that? You do. I want to sell. I want to sell, like, all of this stuff. Only one bonus item, but it's still something. It's still a chunk of bells. Now, let's see. Turnip price. 111. Okay. Minor profit right now. I'm going to wait and see what the afternoon is like. Because this might be an early spike week. I already checked this. It's furniture. Brain, work with me here. I'll hopefully be more awake later today, because I literally did just get out of bed and was like, record. Need to record right now. Lots of recording. But, right, I need to catch an ocean fish for Gabby. So let's do that. But yeah, like, it's... this whole computer saga has just kind of annoyed me. And, like, I would really, really rather not having to be dealing with this, but Intel decided to sell faulty products, and I'm definitely going to be taking part in any class action lawsuits that I can. Like, it'd be really good if I could, like, double dip, you know? Get on one for the corrosion issue and then get on one for just the degradation too, because technically I'm not positive I'm experiencing both, but it definitely seems like I'm experiencing the corrosion. I'm not giving a horse mackerel. The horse mackerel should be glad I'm not just immediately throwing it into the river. Why the river? So that hopefully it doesn't make it back to the ocean. They're so worthless. Darn it. Thought that was gonna go down. These are probably just more horse mackerels, aren't they? I won't know what the other one is, but... Oh no, pufferfish. You know what? Yeah, that works. That definitely works. Now to find... Gabby again. I almost said Bella. Just gotta follow the roads and I'll eventually find her. Me, just gotta follow the roads. Also me. I'll just go all over the place. Right, I need to go the other way. A rice grasshopper! Now I see some soy sauce. Or soy sauce mantis, I think that was. Got a new bug. Okay, there's Sky. Oh no. You want my new bug, don't you? Couldn't open us here for... Not for sale, I'm sorry. It's going to the museum. If you would just be like, hey, could you get me another one? I could try, but this one's gonna go to the museum because I don't know how rare those are. That's why I wish animals wouldn't stray too far from where they belong. I got you, your fish. I had to disappoint Sky along the way. It's a nice fish you caught me, Pizza Bun. It's totally a pufferfish, right? Oh, let me thank you, okay? Here, take this. Take this. Take this. A lacy white tank. Nah, I got a frog shirt. Let's go donate this to the museum. Before we get asked by another animal to, you know, give them our grasshopper, we better come donate it. Yeah, I will definitely try to find something else to talk about other than computer stuff in my afternoon recording. But and I do apologize, Blathers. I only have one bug for you. I know you don't like singular bugs, but You don't like bug, you like bugs. Yeah, I know. You take very good care of the critter. Oh, yeah. Now, is there anything else I want to do really quick? Not really. So I think we're gonna head back to our house and then jump cut to later today. As I yawn. Because I'm still pretty tired. I'll get our coffee later today. You would think I would go get the coffee now to help me wake up, but I mean, I've got my real coffee now. I don't need the in-game coffee for that. That'll just be to, like, sustain me from the heat later. But yeah, meet you guys back here later today for afternoon turnip prices. And I'm back. It's hot. Every time I've been in here today, my dude has done that. And I've been in here more than I've been recording for. So we have played hide and seek with Sky. That's because she was asking to do it while I was playing this for Kathy a little bit. So, yeah. Okay, let's see. What is our turnip price right now? Man, Pudge, you have not left this place at all, have you, buddy? 95. Okay. So that doesn't necessarily mean this week's gonna be a bad week. It does mean, however, that, bit of a low price. But yeah, I know I said I was going to try and find something else to talk about other than computer stuff, but, like, any of you out there that actually, like, knows computer stuff, or even just knows a little bit, I'm honestly looking for opinions. And, like, even if you just go Googling yourself and just, you know, just opinions. That's what I'm looking for here. Because, in theory, I could get an AM5 platform, you know, RAM motherboard. I have the money come November to buy that stuff. And then I could, in theory, get a 7800 X3D on a payment plan. Or I could basically borrow a bit of money from somebody and just outright buy the motherboard. Well, I don't even think I'd need to borrow money. I might need like 20 bucks. Like, it'll be next to nothing. And just outright buy an AM4 motherboard and a 5700 X3D. Now, I know there is a big performance gap in there. My basic, what I'm looking for opinions on, is if I should do either of that, or if I should go with, say, getting a 7600. And just say, the heck with keeping the performance I have now, and just hoping that, you know, running DDR5 makes up some level of difference, and then, you know. Because, like, I could get a 7600 and motherboard and RAM basically on my own. Maybe payment planning the CPU, but if I do that, it'll be really cheap still, and, like, that'll be fine. The 7800 X3D is going to cost me, like, roughly $36 a month, which basically is my monthly income in a way. It's not quite my monthly income. I get about, I think it's like $75 a month in total, but 23 of that has to go towards my phone bill. So I only really get about 50. Yeah, I don't get much money. Anyone who might, you know, like, anyone who might think that I'm like fleecing the Canadian government or something. Nah, I'm not on assistance. Literally just on the standard GST stuff. The GST and the climate initiative. Which so many people misunderstand the climate initiative. Like, I have seen so many times, and not to get too much into Canadian politics, like, I've seen so many times people refer to that as a carbon tax rebate. Like, no, that's not what it is. It's not giving you back money for the carbon tax. That doesn't make any sense. Like, it is money that you are supposed to be using to invest into green energy. Which I could argue spending that on computer components that are more energy efficient is indeed spending it on green energy. Because the 7600 uses like max 80 watts. My CPU right now is pulling almost 200. Stock configuration, by the way. So that's, you know, that's a pretty big difference. But, like, it's very much one of those things of, like, so many people are like, oh, it should give us our carbon tax money back. It's like, no, that's not what's going on. That carbon tax is there to try to get you to drive your, you know, gas guzzlers less. Which I will always find a bit funny when people complain about that stuff. It's like, yeah, I get it. It sucks to, you know, basically have, like, for those who aren't in Canada and don't know what I'm even referring to, the carbon tax is basically an extra tax put on gasoline and diesel. And it's basically to, you know, basically give the government more money to then put towards counteracting your carbon emissions from your vehicle. And to hopefully make you drive your, you know, greenhouse gas emitting vehicle less. You'll see so many people complaining that, oh, it costs them so much money while lighting up a cigarette. Like, it's like, yes, that's what's costing you all your money. It's totally not the cigarette in your hand. It's totally not what's costing you most of your money. Or, like, they'll complain about spending that, you know, few extra dollars on their gas bill, basically, while driving, like, one of those modern giant trucks that has no reason to be sold to the public. Like, and it's like, you literally went out of your way to buy a not very efficient vehicle, and now you're complaining about the gas price? Like, my guy, there are EV dealerships around here. Like, there's charging stations. You could have just bought an EV. Like, even more so where, like, I'm not a big car guy, but even I understand that EVs aren't fueled the same way a gas-powered vehicle is. Those charging stations aren't there for you to take your car from home off to charge at. They're there so that someone on a long-haul car drive can stop and get some power back in their car. You know, it's for road trips, not for daily charging. You charge at home. And, like, I would have to stop and actually, like, fully look into the chargers, but I'm pretty sure my computer uses more power in the run of a day than an EV would charging. And then you also get the people being like, oh, but there's batteries in them and they could explode. Do you not realize there's a battery in your regular car too? And lead acid batteries can also explode? Like, just because it's a lithium battery doesn't make it uniquely made of explodium. Like, they can all explode. That's the nature of batteries. Like, a battery is an energy equation, basically. And using a battery, I had just cleaned up these paths. So I ate some gingerbread earlier and I'm way too hyper. I gotta slow down. Run until tired. Brilliant. I'll go on and on and on and on and on and on until... Oh, thanks, Pookie. That worked. Need to move this. But like, okay. Imagine a battery. Imagine a box. And fill that box with a bunch of little dots that are like running around really fast. They're zooming everywhere. Now add to your box 2 tiny little faucets that charge can exit through. So to leave, it has to form a nice little orderly line to leave, which is what it wants to do because it wants more space to run around and zoom. Now imagine you break that box in half. All those little dots are going to be like, yippee, I can flee now. And they're going to just escape at as fast as they can. That's how battery explosions happen. That's literally what happens. The energy within the battery wants to escape because it wants more room to be energy. And then when there's a crack or hole in the battery, it explodes because all that energy wants to leave. So that small hole being made, well, all those little dots go, yippee, and make the hole really big as they try to escape. Because they're all trying to get out at once, because that's a bigger hole. And that can happen with literally any battery. Most car fires are from the battery or the electronic system messing up. Like, it's not something exclusive to lithium batteries. And I'm going to be real, give it enough time, and that 12-volt battery in the front of your car is probably going to get replaced with a lithium equivalent that lasts longer, holds a charge better, just in general has a longer lifespan, can be recharged, is less of a just waste on the planet. You know? But yeah, that's going to be it for today. I'm done rambling for now. Thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I shall see you back here tomorrow for more Animal Crossing New Leaf Welcome Amiibo. See you all then.